Wouldn't a game show be way more fun if everyone at home was a contestant? Or what about a talent show, where everyone watching is a judge? Now, these shows have existed in the past, mostly from startups creating shows like HQ Trivia, or through our Twitch extension QuizKit, which is currently installed on just over 1 million Twitch channels. Our mission is to build the best place for live interactive shows by working with creators and audiences to build brand new hit series. Having grown up watching the likes of YouTube, Twitch and TikTok mature, we've also wanted to fix the problems that these platforms have created and introduce new ways for creators to build fun and exciting shows that have never been done before. Today, we're announcing Moar. Moar is a new platform for anyone to create, watch and run live interactive shows.
On Moar, you can create a trivia show, dating show, cooking show, pretty much any show you want, you can create with our tools that we've provided for you. Episodes of Moar are going to be streamed directly to your phone. Shows are split up into seasons, decided by the creator. Whether it's that they want to stream it once every day or even 6 times in a year, it's pretty much up to them how they want to split them up. If you just see a show or Moar, you can just go ahead, jump on it, play along with the quiz, and at the end you can even win a prize. Giving out prizes is actually famously quite a difficult thing. We want to make it just a click away for a creator to say, you've won your prize, here it is, and not have to worry about any of the technicalities. Live stream chats haven't really evolved since the early days of the internet with kind of chat forum style messaging. The result you get is pretty much just chats flying by so fast you can't really read them. Although that chaos can be really fun, it just makes it very hard to read. What we want to do is bring it into the modern age and adjust it to what people actually need, where we can kind of read their messages while also keeping that chaotic fun that everyone enjoys so much.
To make a show on Moar, all you need is a laptop, a webcam and internet access. The show creator's in the browser and we've got a drag and drop system, so you pull in your blocks, make your show, and then you can just save it to the cloud, and then when you're ready you can go straight to live controls and run the show from the browser. As well as normal blocks, we want to give you that freedom to just go wild with your ideas. Custom blocks for developers would mean that you can bring in your own APIs, your own kind of systems. Really, the options are limitless. So if you wanted a digital interaction, for example, you could play like a mass game of Wordle with everyone and the winner gets a prize. Or for a physical interaction, you could have confetti cannons, you could have light shows, all this stuff just going on around you that people at home can just make happen.
Most of the streaming that's out there at the moment on places like Twitch are gaming related, but what we're really looking to do is expand that and make streaming about any sort of interest that you have. So, for example, for me, I love traveling and cooking, so I'd love to make shows about that. There's loads and loads of ways that you can get involved on Moar as a viewer. Things like getting involved with quizzing, polling, coming on as a guest are all going to be available. But you're also going to be able to invite your friends into stream and play directly against your friendship group at home. We're building a Discord community at the moment, full of creators and streamers that want to take their content to the next level. The main focus is that we're talking to creators that have an interest and really want to make that effort with their content and make that effort with their community. Members of our community on Discord also have the option to actually get involved as testers for us, so they're actually getting first access to come onto Moar, start streaming and get involved with us.
Today is the first time we're announcing Moar, and we're looking to work with all kinds of creators to create brand new interactive shows. So if you think that might be you, or you just want to see what we're getting up to, feel free to sign up to our beta. And if you want to know more, stick around for our live Q&A that's starting in just a second. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a bit.
Hello and welcome to everyone watching. Hopefully you've all been able to watch the whole launch video announcement first. If not, don't worry, it's going to be available as soon as we finish this Q&A. So thank you for sticking around. We're here now. I've got myself, I've got Tim, our CEO, our head of product, Zach, and our lead backend engineer, Hayley, all here to answer your questions. We're going to do about 10-15 minutes, depending on how many sort of questions we get and like how interested the conversation might be flowing. So we might go a little bit longer, but we'll just see how things go. But as soon as the questions are over, that's not it. Please stick around on this stream because we're actually going to be showing our very first live public show on Moar. Everyone with the app is going to be able to play along, but everyone else is actually going to be able to watch right on this stream here. So don't go anywhere. It's all going to be happening right here. So to get us started off today, again, thank you everyone for being here today. And I can see we've already got questions coming in the chat, which is really, really cool. I think our first one was from Connor Murphy. So he's asked here, what makes More different from other streaming platforms? So maybe you want to start us off there, Tim, and just tell everyone what makes us different.
No, definitely. So, the reason we originally founded Moar was that we found the kind of thing like interactive shows. So, like I mentioned in the video around HQ Trivia, if you wanted to make like a 10 to 15 minute kind of game show or something all around interactivity, there wasn't really anything set up to do it. There's loads of like interesting problems with that. So, you need to have people turn up at the right time. You also need to have all the right tools to be able to easily create them. And for us, Moar is specifically set around interactive video. I think when you look at the other services, like TikTok's so good for short form video and that type of editing. Twitch is like more long form gaming, and like YouTube is probably more long form type videos as well. So for us, we saw this brand new format that we think is probably going to be one of the next big formats over the next 3 to 5 years, but the challenge was there weren't really any tools to make that kind of show, and there wasn't really it didn't really fit into any of the other platforms properly to make. So I think our key difference is that we're really focused on live interactive video as our core, and we love all the other platforms as well. I use TikTok too much. I know we all use Twitch and YouTube as well, but it's all to focus on this one specific format and ideally optimize the use case for everyone. So we have lots of people making really cool shows on one side and making it a really cool viewing experience for everyone else.
Awesome. I can see in the chat as we've got Hayu99 knows HQ Trivia that you just mentioned. So it's good if anyone that has already seen that. That's a good example of what Tim's talking about there with sort of interactive technology. We're going to move on to the next question there, and it's from Lizzie Marshall. Can people who are starting out use More, or is it only for established streamers? I feel like Zach, maybe if you want to take this one.
Yeah, sure. So really, one of the other things that we're focusing on was the interactivity, is obviously building out our own communities early on. We have a lot of features in particular that are working around this. Other platforms have done the sort of thing where you buy streamers who are really big and then you try and bring them across, but it doesn't really help out actually the live stream platform too well, because you're not really getting that community and getting that kind of grounds up kind of movement. So we really want to establish our own people who are really into More and what it can do, and have them kind of build up their own audience on More, as well as also established streamers being able to bring their viewers across as well. Something we've always talked about is how nowadays a lot of content creators aren't just on one platform. They can kind of move around. So likewise with those established people, we want them to be able to maybe stream on Twitch a bit, maybe go on TikTok, maybe come on More to do an interactive show, which they can't do anywhere else as well, in order to bring their audience across as well. So everyone is welcome, basically.
just to like add on to that as well, like I think something that we're trying to do, which is going quite well so far, is sort of streamlining streaming and making it a lot easier as well. So it's definitely sort of something that you want to be able to just pick up and start streaming within a few minutes. It's not overly complicated or anything like that. I can run a show, so.
The cool thing about a new platform as well is that once you start something new, obviously if you start on YouTube or Twitch or TikTok, you're in a very big pool of creators trying to push everything through. And, with More, because it's completely new, it's going to be a completely new, fresher creators. It's going to be much easier. Even if you are starting out, you may as well start on something smaller, because you're going to get a lot more visibility in other places as well, which I think is just a big benefit to start with any new platform, whether it's More or not, to create content as well.
Awesome. Cool. We've got loads and loads of questions coming in, so I'm going to ask the next one. Fred Sanea, our friend from Hatch, has asked, when is launch? What is the plan? When are people going to be able to get onto More, and how does that work? I'm going to go back to you, Tim, for this one.
Yeah, so currently we are in closed beta. So if you want to take part, you can join our Discord, where we're running shows on a weekly basis for people to watch, and also working with creators to sort of get the sort of the initial work of how the tools work and getting them making shows as well. Our plan is this summer we're going to be launching in open beta, which means that anyone's going to be able to install the app. However, you will still need to be approved by us. It's not a super strict approval process if you want to make content on there, just so we can sort of manage the amount of shows coming through. And then we're aiming to launch fully towards the end of this year, where anyone will be able to create a show and anyone will be able to stream it without our approval as well. Not to say that our moderation standards or anything will drop, but the idea is that it's very in pick up place. So yeah, probably June around around summertime, you'll be able to pick it up and play. And if you are really keen and want to get involved now before the rest of the world has the app, then you can sign up to our Discord and make shows there.
Good plug. All the information for signing up to the beta is in the About section, I believe, on our profile. So click through there if you want to get onto it as soon as possible. Cool. So a really interesting one actually from Mike Kirk. I'm not sure, maybe Haley or Zach, if you want to take this one. Can you do private or restricted shows on Moar? I can tell you the answer is not right now, but what is that?
I know we talked about this, Zach. I don't know if you've got any more idea of whether we will be doing that or focusing on it.
Yeah, I know it's something that we definitely want to do because it's something which a lot of other platforms don't quite do, and we think that there's a lot of good space there to be, as well as for monetization reasons, you can kind of have private streams where you only have, let's say, a ticketed event, or maybe you can use other ways in order to have events which are only private in order to work a lot of different ways into that as well. The other thing as well is that private streams are also just a really good way to just practice. At the moment right now, if you go live, you just go live. There's not really a good way to practice. So it's also pretty helpful in that sense as well. So there probably will be some form of private streams in the future for sure.
Yeah, we definitely want to get it in for testing.
I think it's something that we really want to make happen for things like just any sort of thing like music event, comedy event, anything like that you can sort of ticket. We kind of want to be able to like make happen and interact with more, which I think would be really exciting.
No, I know when we did QuizKit and we did some education people, and a big requirement for anything in a corporate setting was to make a stream so only specific people can see it. So private streams, they do have like a huge use across everything, and it is something we're quite interested in supporting as well, because it's not super hard for us to support that as well, I think, as a feature.
Yeah. Likewise, Jade there in the comments as well mentioned about how she's a teacher and she'd want to use it, and it's kind of the same thing with that. Because I think during COVID we launched a more educational quiz app, but obviously that was one of the problems, is that your students kind of need to be in their own space, otherwise you get, it's an issue. So I guess that answers Jade's question as well. If it's private, then it'll be easier for possibly being educational as well.
Yeah, no, that's really good. A really interesting one as well from Mark Ripley. Can you create content directly from the phone, or do you have a PC app? How does that work? I'm going to give this to Haley.
That was, I know you tried running something from mobile, didn't you, Tim, recently?
Yes, so it is a web app technically, I think, at the moment, but you can currently run and stream from mobile. Currently there's a web app and a desktop side, and the mobile side for viewing. Yeah,
it's kind of designed for browser on PC, but just a happy side effect is that Tim discovered you can actually make it work on mobile. We just need to work on actually like scaling it properly and actually putting through some nice UI designs for that. Before we make
that's definitely something
official.
That's definitely something else that will definitely be something that we're going to do, because everyone nowadays always has their phone, and being able to have like the entire experience on your phone where you can just stream outside, just run your show, make your show from anywhere you can, it just makes things a lot easier. But since we're in the early stages, trying to make that really good core experience first that we can then transfer over and build upon is kind of the way we're going at it right now. But yeah.
Kind of linked into this as well, I've got a question from Jamie Maisner. Is Moar only available to watch on mobile devices, or is it coming on desktop as well? I'm going to shoot that.
So this is like
back.
This is kind of likewise like the opposite question to that one, where again we're focusing on mobile first because, again, Gen Z kids all have their phones. We all spend a lot of time on our phones. We want you to be able to just, jump on for 15 minutes, watch a show, jump off quite casually. So we're going for a mobile first experience. We have thought of some ideas of how to make it work for web, and we are eventually going to have it come across. But again, right now, focusing entirely on mobile first and vertical streaming. Also, it's just another way to differentiate us as well. But eventually, we'll get there. Baby steps.
Cool. I think we've got a question from Susie, which is quite interesting, about how do you stop, or how are we going to stop negative interactions? I know, Tim, you've sort of been looking into a lot of this moderation stuff, so maybe you want to start us off on that one.
Yeah, I know for us, we've been looking at how to, if you're bringing people on stream or you're working with people, making sure everything's moderated is quite crucial. We're watching Twitch and TikTok. We've sort of seen this experience firsthand as well. One of the things that I know Fern, who's our CTO, is very keen on is a reputation system. So if you're bringing on people, how do you know they're going to behave? How do you know they're not going to behave? The biggest enjoyment of live is the unpredictability around it, I think. So we want to have that unpredictability, but also, within reason, can make sure that people are being respectful. We have a whole list of guidelines around that we want people to adhere by. But we will have full set of moderation tools for each channel to go through. We'll be actively monitoring and watching as well. And when you're bringing on guests and things, we'll have reputation scores. So say you wanted to run a show for only specific people over a certain reputation, you could potentially do that in the future as well. But that'll be something we'll be talking about a lot more. But it is a big priority for us to make sure that moderation is right.
Awesome. We've got a really fun question here actually for Hayley, around how difficult will it be for non-technical creators to make custom content blogs? So obviously we saw you talking earlier about it in the main video, and we want to give people the option to make things as customizable and interesting for them. How easy is it going to be to actually make those happen?
Yeah, I saw a similar question around custom blocks from Connor earlier, when it was how they would work, whether it be kind of graphics interface based or kind of more codey. I think we'd want to make kind of different levels of accessibility, really. So obviously with the drag and drop, it's harder to get the flexibility. Obviously we still want flexibility as like a core element of these custom blocks. So if you're not tech savvy, then we want that drag and drop kind of options configuring thing to be how you make blocks, but also allowing people to do kind of just write actual code for it as well. Specifically how that's going to work, we've had a few thoughts around it, but obviously it's still quite a late development in our timeline. So short answer, different levels of customization, basically, depending on your ability. You should be able to do something pretty much regardless of previous experience.
The general idea is that we want to give you the tools to do anything that you can think of, and we'll just try and facilitate that as best as we can.
We have a big pipeline of blocks that we're working on as well, alongside the custom stuff, to make it as easy as possible. Because we see our mission is just being able to give people as many tools as they can to create any of the kinds of shows you want. So if you see something comes up again and again, then we'll just look to support it natively. But also we don't want to hold back people who do want to go out and put a bit more effort into it. And if they are a developer, can do it as well. So it's keeping that balance, I think.
That's like the most basic form of custom blocks is the pre-made ones, I guess. So like if you're really not tech savvy at all, then there should be so much stuff you can do anyway. So you shouldn't feel too held back by not being able to do this kind of thing.
No. Thank you, all of you. We've probably got time for just literally 2 more questions, so try and do some quick fire ones. Joe has been asking about sort of easy, frictionless buying on Moar. I know, Zach, I think you've been looking into how that could potentially work. Can you just tell us really quickly how that would work?
Yeah, we don't have any monetization in yet because we want to be specifically very careful with it, because obviously secure payments, you don't really want to mess that up. But we have a lot of experience in the team with this sort of thing. Fern, our CEO, has many years at Amazon, so he has a lot of experience with it. So we're pretty sure that once we get to it, we'll be able to do it very securely. And then at that point, making it quick and frictionless is more about the UX side. a lot of what we do on Moar is very much around having fun. That's kind of the part of the interaction as well. So as much as we can, we want to make it a click away. But we also have a big thing about not wanting to be more transparent than maybe other platforms have been in the past. There's a big thing nowadays around data, like what exactly data is being taken from you and what else is being taken from you. So we don't want to feel like we're tricking people into buying things. So just keeping that kind of balance is really important to us.
Thank you for that. So we're literally going to have our last question now, and I'm really sorry if we don't get to answer your question specifically. There is an opportunity to join our Discord or comment us on social media if you do want to keep asking. But the last one I'm going to take today is from Lee Gunchard. Assuming this is one-to-many experience, which it is, how many can realistically interact live at once? I'm going to start this one off because I'm pretty sure the way that we've built it, you can have thousands on thousands and thousands. And I think QuizKit, we had 30,000 joining one of our games. So
300.
300,000.
Yeah, times it by 10.
Okay. I got most of the numbers right. You guys feel free to expand on this, but more is very much the same. We can have quizzes, polls, multiple people on screen, and there's a lot of opportunity to get, audiences of all different sizes involved.
I think one important point. So we've been working quite closely with Amazon and AWS to build out what Moar is, and we've actually got a case study coming out about us in the next few weeks or so from them. But the main thing is that all our infrastructure scales up the same way that Twitch does. So potentially we can have hundreds of thousands of people interacting. I know HQ Trivia hit millions or so. They had about 2.4 million, I think they peaked at. So we do have that as a target. But yeah, with the systems we built out, everything should be scalable. We don't really want to put the tech is there to be able to scale as much as you want. So we're focusing on making sure that we can support as big an audience that people want to run on there as well.
Yeah, and this is kind of why we spent the time. Like, how long was it? Like 2 years before we even started working on Moar. Part of that was working on this tech where I think at first our first test had about 1,000 users, and then we couldn't quite get past that. And then we then hit 10,000 users, and we kept kind of like building upon it until, like we said, we got to a stream with 300,000 users all playing in the same quiz as if it's in the exact same second. They can all interact, and it's a seamless experience. So all that time we've spent is just what we're carrying across, and we've kind of learned all the little neat little tips and tricks in order to make it possible to make it feel like just one seamless experience for I think up to 1 million people we thought we could handle. So
yeah, there's been a lot of
learning exciting once we get them.
Yeah, for the last couple of years.
Yeah, now it's just about finding a new limit to push to.
Yeah.
So let's try and sort of break the ceiling on how many people can interact on a show. I'd like to see it on mainstream, and get some nice big juicy IPs streaming it and getting fan bases involved. So that is all we have time for in terms of questions. I'm very sorry, I know there was a few I missed there, but please do join our Discord or our social medias to get a chance to ask them later. If you have the time, we are going to be going straight into our show with Joe. It's going to be the first live show that is going to be publicly available, and even if you don't have the app, you can get involved and keep watching on YouTube. Zach's got the app ready to go there with the stream, and Joe is live now. And it's going to be Hot Seat, which is a fan favourite already. So it's going to be worth sticking around and seeing what Moar is all about for yourself. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming to the live stream and also for asking your questions. They've been really, really good. And thank you to Tim, Zach, and Hayley for answering them all so well as well. That's it from me, but stay right here. Don't go anywhere. The show is starting any second now. We'll see you in a second.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? We should have a good combination of YouTube people and more people in here right now. Who we got in chat? We got Zach, we got Tim, we got tons of people. This is great. hopefully everyone enjoyed that live Q&A there, and also our launch announcement video. Lots and lots of good stuff that just went on there. I'm going to do my best to keep an eye on comments on Moar itself and also YouTube. Let's see if we've got anyone interacting so far. We got Jay saying she can't wait to hear more about Moar, which is brilliant. We've got tons of other comments going on YouTube as well. This is great. I hope everyone's doing good. We've got 14 viewers in app right now. I think we're on 56 viewers on YouTube as well, which is insane. So yeah, this is brilliant. Cool. So I think we're gonna get started then with Hot Seat, which is a fan favorite. We've got emojis going off in chat all over the place. I'm loving it. But yeah, so hello everyone. My name is Joe. I am the community manager for Moar. Obviously Sarah has mentioned that already, so thank you for that. Obviously most of you already know me from the community and that kind of stuff, but for those who I haven't talked to before, haven't seen me before, hello, it's lovely to meet you. So yeah, today, as I said, we're playing Hot Seat, which is a fan favorite on Moar. I think it was one of our very first, or maybe not first, but one of our very, very base shows that we started to test out our features, which is super exciting. And everyone loves it here, which is great. I think Sarah actually came up with this show idea, and she is in chat today as well. So if you see her in chat, make sure you say thank you, because we wouldn't have this amazing show without her. So yeah, it's great. Cool. So I'm going to get started, but before we do, I'm going to go over some rules, because for those of you who haven't played before, it's quite good to know how to play before we get started. Cool. So basically the objective of Hot Seat is to guess what the audience think. So we're going to ask the audience a question, and the person in the hot seat has to try and guess what most of the audience will choose. If they get it right, they stay on. If they get it wrong, they get pushed off the hot seat, burnt up by the hot seat, I like to say. And then we bring another guest up to take their place. So hopefully that all makes sense. Who will win, Tim? That's very true. Who will win today? It's exciting stuff. Cool. I think if everyone's happy, we're going to get started with our first question. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up our first guest to the hot seat as well. So let me grab someone here. I think we're going to go with, let's go with Oshin as our first guest today. You guys get to see the guest feature on YouTube as well, which is very exciting. You got Spud and Joe and chat. Hello.
How are we doing, Joe?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain.
Good.
I had a big setup. I had a backdrop setup, but I had to move. Unfortunately, I got kicked out. I stole someone's office. It's kind of on me.
Yeah, that's
the problem. That's the problem with WeWorks. But
that is the problem with WeWorks. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, we're going to get started with our first question. We're going to crack straight on into it.
Let's go.
So, our first question today is: what would you rather get rid of, social media or video games? I'm going to let the chat start voting whilst you sort of have a think.
Wait, I have to guess what they're going to guess.
You have to guess what they're going to guess. Yeah. So what are the audience going to pick?
I think the audience are more social media junkies than they are gamers.
Okay.
I think in general it's a pretty tough one, but like social media is straight bad for you. Like you should get rid of it. We should not talk to anyone ever again. Let's all become hermits and play video games. Sounds like a great life to me. So, cool. But I'm going to pick that they're going to get rid of video games. I think the majority here are going to be on their TikTok and their... I suppose we're making a social media app in one way, so maybe I have to say we're keeping social media.
We're keeping social media. Okay, so we're going to get rid of video games. Let's see what the audience picked. We've got 19 people, 8 people saying they're getting rid of social media.
Oh,
so, unfortunately, not quite it. I think everyone were more gamers than you thought at the end of the day.
Listen,
unfortunately, that means you were off the hot seat on our first one, but it's very nice to have you up. Thank you so much for joining.
I gave it my all. Thank you, Joe.
Cool. That's all we can ask for. Cool. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cool. There we go. That's our first guest down. We got people coming and going on the hot seat today. Let's see who else we can get up. Obviously, the person who is on the last question and actually gets it right is going to be crowned the hot seat champion today. So that's very, very exciting stuff. Let's see who we got here. Let's bring up Fern, who is our CTO. See if he's going to get the next question right. See if he knows the audience well enough. Let's hope so. What we got going in chat? Fern saying gamers are antisocial. That's it. That's why they'd rather get rid of social media. Tim saying people can't give up social media. Fair enough. I think I spend too much time on social media. If TikTok counts as social media, I definitely spend too much time on it. Okay. Not getting any response from Fern. I'm going to try giving him one more call on our amazing guest feature here. Oshin's saying it's too addictive. What, all social media or just TikTok? I think all social media is pretty addictive, but TikTok especially, yeah. Zach saying gamers are adds up. We got Spud in chat saying he wants to come on as a guest as well. All social media is great. Tim, you're absolutely right. I think I would tend to agree with you. All social media is great. Okay, we're not getting a response from Fern, so we're going to bring up someone else. Let's see who else we've got in chat here today. Lots of people in chat. We've got tons of people. It's great. Great to see you all here. Cool. Let's try that one. Let's see. Sarah saying she wants to see Spud. Spud for the win. Yeah. Moar is both. Yeah, Moar is kind of like a video game and social media. We're getting the best of both worlds. Hello.
There we go.
Hello. How's it going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. We're doing very well here today. Okay, cool. So obviously, I think you have played Hot Seat before, haven't you?
I think I played once. I might have watched, actually. I can't remember.
Okay, cool.
Played.
Okay, that's fine. Well, obviously, I explained the rules at the beginning there, so we're going to go into our next question here. So our next question is, what would you rather, laugh at everything or never laugh again? I'm going to let the audience start voting there.
Well,
what do you think they're going to go for?
It's got to be laugh at everything. I mean, to have a world where you never laugh again is not a good place to be. So I can't imagine anyone voting to never laugh again. Admittedly, you would be quite annoying if you laughed at everything, but at least you're happy. Doesn't matter what everyone else thinks. So
this is very, very true.
I'm definitely going with. Oh, I can vote as well. I didn't realise that.
You can vote, yeah. One up for you there automatically. So we're going with people would rather laugh at everything.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, let's see what people say. To reveal the answers. 6 people for laugh at everything. 5
Can
for
we,
never laugh
we
again.
need to call out who voted for never laugh again. Let's call them out. Come on.
Come on, reveal yourselves in chat. Chat. Let's let people out themselves. But yeah, congratulations, you got it right. So we're going to move on to the next question. You'll stay on the hot seat. See if we can get all the way to the end.
Come on, mate.
That'd be good. We want a new champion. Okay, cool. Right. So Sarah said it was easy. We got Tim saying he would never laugh. Fair enough. I mean,
that's Tim, isn't it?
Everyone has their own opinions. Okay, cool. Right, we're going to get on to our next question here then. So, what would you rather, great selfies only or great candids only? So, would you rather have amazing selfies, you always look good in the photos took yourself, or would you rather look good in every single photo apart from your selfies?
I'm going to go with. I'm going to be thinking about what the audience is going to say, isn't it? See, as an older person, I'd probably go with candids, but I'm thinking this audience is quite young, so I'm thinking the audience is going to go with selfies because they're probably not ever in any photos that aren't selfies. So we're going to go selfies.
We're going to go with selfies. Okay, I think people have voted. Let's see if you're right for the second question in a row. Oh, 10 people for candids.
See, that's what I would have gone for myself. But I thought the audience would go the other way.
Maybe sometimes it's good to trust your gut feeling, but then we got 10 for candidates.
I really wanted that prize as well.
It's annoying, isn't it? But unfortunately, I'm going to have to say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming on. Speak to you later. Bye. There we go. Our second guest down. That's 2 people so far. Let's see if we can get someone else on. I'm feeling like we should go with Spuds. He's saying he wants to come on. They're hyping him up in chat. Fern says he's back. Maybe I get Fern on first because. Yeah. Spud, we'll get you on next time. If Fern gets it right all the way now, though, it'll be next time we do Hot Seat. Hello.
Well, I can't replace Spud. Spud's definitely a better guest than me. Just me right now, honestly.
No, well, we had to get you on at some point.
Comparison to Spud.
Cool. Right. So we're going to get started with our question then. So our next question is, we're going to open up to the audience. Would you rather lose one arm or one leg? What do you think people are going to go for?
Ooh, I think they're going to go with rather losing a leg, I'm guessing.
Okay. Any reasoning behind that?
Well, because I mean, there's nothing here specifically saying you can't have fake limbs, and I think legs tend to work better than arms. There's so much dexterity required
It's very true.
with fingers and everything like that, whereas getting a fake leg is a lot easier. However, if everyone on here is a runner, I could end up eating those words. So we'll see.
That is very, very true. Well, let's see what the audience think. I think that's good logic. So let's see what they said. So we're going for they would rather lose a leg. 9 votes for losing a leg, 4 for an arm. So yeah, I think your logic was correct there with people. Let's go back to chat and see what people have to say. Zach is saying you can't make more with no hands.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
True.
Where would we be then if we couldn't make it? Okay, well, we're on to our last question of the day then. So this is it. If you get this right, you are the hot seat champion for today. So
okay,
very nerve-wracking, but on the edge here. Last question. So our last question of the day, we're going to open it up for voting. What would you rather be, the hero of the story or the villain that takes over?
Oh, I think the villain that takes over. And my logic here, everyone, before you vote, if you're a hero, you're constricted by all sorts of rules, right? You have to be noble, you have to be good, you have to. But if you're the villain that takes over, you can do whatever all of those guilty appetites, all of those things that you currently don't do. Every time someone cuts you off in traffic and you think, that jerk, but I'm going to be nice. Well, now you can use your explosion powers to make their car explode.
Of course,
so
why not?
Yeah, because you're the villain. It's your expected behavior. You have absolutely no boundaries to what you can accomplish.
Exactly.
So,
I love that.
If we have an audience full of nihilists, I think I've got this one. If you're all fundamentally good people, then I'm going to lose.
Well, we're about to find out as I release the answers. So let's see what people voted for here. We got end voting. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got 8 people for the villain that takes over, which I think your logic was pretty right there, pretty sound. People just enjoy, giving into those guilty pleasures, blowing people's cars up and the such. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Well, congratulations. You are a hot seat champion today. So you get to take home the hot seat trophy, the hot seat title. You are the champion, and you will reign over the YouTube /Moar live stream world for the moment. There you go. Cool. Well, thank you very much for joining. I'll speak to you later.
All right. Talk later. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
There we go. So we have a hot seat champion. That was a really good show, actually. I think everyone had fun in chat. So yeah, that's it. Fern is our hot seat champion. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. Obviously, I think we had a good audience. I'm going to go back to my chat here. I can see we've got a lot of people typing in the YouTube chat too. So it's nice to have you all there. We could have a Jade versus Saz. Oh, you never know. Some shows in the future. I love the fact you guys are already thinking of stuff. This is good. But yeah, so this is the first official hot seat win live on YouTube. So yeah, that's great. So yeah, it was great to have you all here on the app as well as on YouTube. Our next show will be Wednesday with Tim. So if you're not on the closed beta yet, not on the app, then please do join our Discord server. Reach out to one of us and let us know somehow that you want to be part of the Moar process, and we will get you involved as soon as we possibly can on our closed beta. Or alternatively, if you just want to hang around for a little bit longer, wait, maybe just keep up with the news. That's perfectly fine as well. And hopefully we'll see you at some time in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All the links to our socials are in the YouTube description as well, so make sure you check that out. Go drop some follows. We always appreciate that. But yeah, so congratulations to Fern once more for our being the hot seat winner today. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I will speak to you all in our next show or next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.